the only way to start your
8
day.
minutes after 9, how are you doing? Welcome to Kenya's biggest conversation. If you're just joining us, we're on to the final hour of the Situation Room this morning, this Tuesday. Have you heard about the all-in-one package by Safaricom? Well, the all-in-one package is this. Imagine yourself, you are in the middle of something, you're doing some work, and you are hotspotting from your mobile phone to, say, your laptop. And you're, submitting some work that you need to submit because you need to work on it, and you send it to the boss, the lecturer, whoever, very, very urgently. Suddenly, you're not able to browse. And if you check, you actually find that you have run out of data. Now, that's the worst point, the worst part to run out of data. Now, imagine that situation. Imagine, on the other hand, that you actually do not run out of data. Because in 30 days, you have bought enough data to run you for 30 days. And after 30 days are over, you can do the same thing, buy another bundle for another 30 days. This is what all-in-one is all about. So it's not just about data. It's also about call minutes. It's also about SMS. It's also about WhatsApp. You have access to all these Safaricom all-in-one bundles come like that. So for 2,000 bob, you get 17 GB data, right, City?
Yes, you do.
How many minutes of call time do you get?
My friend, it is so many minutes. Even sometimes I wonder whether you can finish it. On 2,000 one.
For call time?
No, call time is 1,000.
1,000
SMS
minutes.
is 2,000.
2,000 SMSs.
Yes.
Aye, this is a lot.
That 2,000 SMS, I still wonder.
Even 1,000 minutes of talking.
Who am I going to send these SMSs to?
They just put them there in case you ever
Talk
need
time, I can understand.
Mm.
It just means I look for relatives whom I have not seen a long time,
Yeah,
and I
talk.
speak. Yes. But even then, I've spoken to you once. I will not call you again.
Yeah.
For another month.
Aye. But anyway, there are people who actually do talk for long.
I'm
Because some
certain.
people are running businesses, and so on your phone, you're constantly
On a
talking.
daily basis.
Yes, you're talking to your customers, you're talking to your suppliers, you're talking to your service providers. Maybe you have courier delivery people, and you're coordinating all this. So you'll find that you will talk to so many people for so long in 30 days. So it's possible. So go to *544#, and then you will see some options. Choose option number 4. It says go monthly. Click on that one. And then it'll open another number of options. You'll see option number 1 is written all in one. Click on that one. After that, sasa hapo jisaidie. Look at the option that works for you. If it's 500, if it's 1,000, if it's 2,000, if it's... they will explain to you what each comes with. Select that. Our next guest has been here many times before. Professor Kawanja, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Eh.
Watching Hari Anga, as they say.
Unaonaje? Iko dalili ya mvua.
No, one of the things...
Weather iko namna gani?
No, I'll tell you.
Tsunami nakuja. Tsunami nakuja.
Lakini wacha nikuambie ukweli wa mambo.
Yes.
Hii Kenya sihami.
Whatever happens.
It is full of entertainment. You know, I started in 2003 with the protests. Tukaendelea, watu wakakura buzi ya Uhuru Kenyatta. Tukaendelea. Then we came to the Gen Z. And now, the impeachment. And I'm waiting for the next event after impeachment. So, Nana. The Kenya is full of life, full of events. If you move, if there's another country God created like Kenya,
It's all drama.
He kept it for himself. Sasa hapa ndio mwanzo na mwisho. Acha tukue hapa.
It's all drama.
It's all drama.
And drama works.
Yes.
Hey, my friend.
Maisha.
Ni maisha. Ni maisha.
Hey.
Titi will welcome you with the day's proverb. And as he does that, he'll also tell you about the Kano University Hospital and what you do when you are thinking about home-based care. They have introduced it in this country.
Hospital.
They say that they can come, they can send you, if it's a doctor that you need, if it's a nurse that you need, a physiotherapist that you need, if you need to do some tests, you don't always have to go back to the hospital for such things, right? So you have an appointment, niko na appointment na daktari wangu on Wednesday, unaanza sasa kustress on Monday, how will this happen? Hiyo siku kuna graduation, or itakuwa jam, hiyo siku, they will send the doctor to you. City,
Yes.
explain.
Well, one of the things that the Aga Khan Hospital has sought to do is to bring health care first near you. And that's why it has 53 outlets outside the hospital that we know of, the hospitals rather, that we know of, okay? Now, the 53 hospitals, I'm calling them hospitals, though people call them clinics. Hospitals because if you look at the number of specialties that you will find in these outlets, it is clear that you will get a comprehensive care package. But they've added a little sherry on top of this. They've said, you don't need to leave your home to go to any of these facilities. We can come to you. And we will make sure that you receive the care that you would ordinarily receive in a hospital.
Nani atawapikia chai?
Si nyumba ni yako. Si nyumba ni yako.
Prof.
No, nikuuliza tu.
Wageni wamekuja.
Yeah, kuna mgeni atakuja kwako kwanza kupiga chai. Na
I
kutafuta
thought you're going to ask. Sasa ikiwa daktari amekuja kwako, jirani anaweza kuja kusema kwa vile huyu daktari amekuja, si hata mimi pia niongee na yeye. Kwa hiyo hata mimi niko na shida zingine hapa.
Si hapo niwaambia waangalie sana wa Afrika.
That's a nice one. That's a really nice one. This week the Proverbs are from?
They are from the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria. Yes. An interesting country with a very rich history. Friendship.
Have you been there, Prof?
Yes.
Algeria.
I've been to 47 African countries out of the 54. Western Sahara, I couldn't go because I was invited by Morocco.
Ingeleta shida.
Ingeleta shida, sasa nifukuzwe. Sasa nikatulia huko Casablanca. Nikakaa huko, nikaenda hiyo ingine. Yeah, 47.
Well, one of the things that I have not mentioned is that the capital of Algeria is Algiers. Okay? Yes. People's Democratic Republic of Algeria. Friendship. We call it friendship, but without sincerity. That's the proverb for today.
Friendship. We call it friendship, but without sincerity. What are they saying?
No, normally what I think they are saying is the same thing as free lunch. Friendship has strings attached. You know, whatever there is. There's a book I used to read, called The Gift. It's written by a French, The Gift. And somebody said, even when you go to the shop and buy a beautiful necklace for your wife, it's not about the depth of the friendship. It's about the expectations.
Very profound.
Yeah. It's not me saying.
No, it's not you saying.
It's a book.
It's a book, but it's very profound.
The
and very
Gift.
true.
If you check it online, you find it. It's a small book. You can read in a day and finish. It's The Gift. He problematized the gift.
It's about the expectation.
Yes, and we were studying it when we were looking at the humanitarian assistance. That's why I went there. And we're saying, philanthropy. There's no philanthropy. It's the feel-good effect of the giver that propels the giving.
Is there something about the expectation of the
recipient? So when interrogating friendship, interrogate it from the self-interest point of view. Yeah, from self-interest point of view, yeah.
That's a nice one.
Yeah. So interrogate friendship. Oh, he's my good friend. Like my brother would always tell me, oh, he's my best friend. He's my best. Then one day I asked my brother, every person I meet with you tell me is my best friend. That this is my bestest. I said, that's not English.
How many best friends do you have? I mean, how many best friends can you really have, you know?
I only have one.
Yeah.
The rest are friends. And wengine ni raia wetu.
Raia watukufu.
Raia watukufu wenye nchi ama waranchi.
You say you are not about to leave this country.
No, I can't.
There is too much drama. Is this drama good or bad?
Well, it's good for the heart.
Whose heart?
Our heart.
How?
We are exercising. You've got to climb a hill in order to exercise there. And you have when you go to a cardiologist, they give you a bicycle.
You are straining and stressing the heart.
Yeah, that's how you get stamina. If you begin to look at things from a more serious perspective, for example, you look at Kenya vis-a-vis our neighbors. How many of our neighbors can impeach their deputy president and remain standing? How many of our neighbors where they are vice president or deputy president, the deputy president will be removed, and there is a hura baru. There's nowhere. Karanja was removed, Jaramogi resigned, Murumbi went without a half, Kibaki was removed, he just crossed the floor and went to the Ministry of Health. Saitoti Kim, 1 year out of office. I don't know whether he was looking after cows or what he was doing at that time. I mean, there was no big deal. But now, we are democracy. You don't like Gachagua, you don't like his nose, but you have to deal with him according to the law, because we are a rule of law country. I know there is a lot of doomsday kind of scenarioizing about Kenya. No, we are democracy, because if the disagreement, the rancor, the anger, the ill will that we are experiencing now was occurring in a situation where we have no constitutional process, it would now be affecting our people. Maybe some violence somewhere. But now we have somewhere to ventilate. You just get Gachagua through parliament. People get him through Senate. Then he threatens I'll go to court. And he goes to court. And finally, things will settle and we wait for the next event. Kenya sihami. Aenda wapi?
So this is basically just showing how much of a maturing democracy that we are.
Yeah.
Right?
That's how I would like to see it. Because without this democracy, without the kind of the constitution that we have, and the clarity about processes, when we are voting, Raila is not happy with this, he disputed, he go to the Supreme Court, then we wait for the drama, the people carry boxes, the same Gachagua is now carrying boxes. This is the beauty of our constitution. We must celebrate it. It defines the nitty-gritty of things, and people take the drama with it. And, we saw ODM with This is Kenya, where every judge is as blameless as Caesar's wife. So the Kenya sihami, siniambie niende kuingia, sitaenda. I'm not going anywhere.
Is that drama good for the ordinary citizen, though?
No, the more Morocco you are, the heavier this weight. Because sometimes there are things you don't understand. But when you understand things from above, it's not a big deal. If you understand things from above, meaning, like now, the people from Muranga are now, Mount Kenya, for example, are feeling that their son is really persecuted, and they are taking it.
Is it Mount Kenya as a whole or a region of the Mount Kenya region?
No, it's as a whole, depending on which village.
Oh, village?
Yeah.
Not county?
If it is my village and I was fighting with Gachagua, my village is not mourning. Now, so this is I wrote an article on Sunday, and some of my friends called me and told me, "Oh, Professor, that was very complicated." Because I wrote about the bad habits, or what we borrowed from what we used to be called the white mischief in the colonial time. You remember the Happy Valley?
I remember.
Where greetings were very simple. Are you married or you live in Kenya?
Yes.
So the two options were choices. If you're choosing options. That was the Happy Valley, where it was aristocratic life. So in short, our elite carried the values of the Happy Valley, which is an unquenchable thirst for land. When you can ride on a horse and a day comes and sunset comes and you have not finished your land, then you say, well, I'm good. Wealth and power. Insatiable greed for land, insatiable greed for wealth, insatiable greed for power. You can do anything for power. That is what we inherited from the Happy Valley, the Roderos, the Darameas, and others. Now, we thought we were fighting for independence. Actually, it's not independence we're fighting for. I know in a few days we'll be celebrating, Mambo, Masuja. But what did Masuja come home with? They came with the culture of Lord Daramea, Lord Grogan, Rodero. And now we are looking for land. Otherwise, what is the drama? What was the drama in Parliament about this impeachment? What were the charges are about what?
Wealth.
It's about wealth. It's about
Acquisition of
power.
wealth.
It's about land. In Kirifi, where? Now, if you remove Gachagua and put somebody else, the trial will be the same, because that is what we are. Just remove Gachagua from it and put somebody else. We are even going to find other more obnoxious cases. So that is what we inherited. And now, so this impeachment is about the trial of Kenya, its values, its moral, foundations. This is what that's what we are trying. It's not about Gachagua. It's about our morality, the morality of our nation.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
Is there a trial about morality, or is this, like you're saying, is it just the aristocrats up there fighting?
That's all. That's why we are saying, do we need to retain that, or do we need to change?
She's she's mine.
Yeah?
That's what they're fighting over.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, that it is now paraded in public. You can see it for yourself. Is this what you want to be the future of your children? Is this what you want to be the future of this country? You want a more sober country where people are talking about what you have done and done badly. I wish the accusation was you build a history, a hospital, and in building that hospital, you do not follow the measurements as to are prescribed by the architect or the people. This is not what we're talking about. We are talking about me, my wealth, whether it's legitimate or not legitimate, my this, and you're a public figure. That's what I have a problem with. Because it's possible, for example, to demolish a building, to build another one, and then you are in court, or you're impeached because you kind of violated rules about heritage. That this is supposed to be a heritage, and you demolished it, and that's why you are in problems. But when we get to the Monica Lewinsky kind of life, we get into the kind of wealth that what we are now talking about. That decadence is the legacy that we got from the Happy Valley, and the earlier we get out of the Happy Valley, the better.
With the Happy Valley story came the story of white mischief.
Yes.
Okay, so we are talking about mischief here.
Yes.
And if I take the trajectory of thought that you have introduced, something comes to mind. You see, when you have a country that has slowly but very surely built a class of individuals who are wealthy, and the bulk of those who are wealthy are actually civil servants, or had been civil servants, or were in the civil service. Not that they were industrialists. They became industrialists, but it began with their being in the civil service, meaning these are people for whom conflict of interest was something that was written somewhere, but it did not matter. This is where now the Ndegwa Commission comes in, and everything that it is said allowed civil servants to do business with the government. Okay? Now, the full fruition of it is not doing business. We then morphed into what we now call the deal-making era, where people make deals. And the deal-making era is what brought about all these scandals, whether it's Anglo-leasing, whether it's Goldenberg, whether it's... And they've morphed. We are in an era, we're saying this in the previous hour, where the boldness with which those in power have carried on is now what is alarming. Because anything that is government-led is likely to cost you many, many, many times more than it should have. And in some cases, it is not even what was envisioned first. It is probably a fraction of what was determined. Okay, so here we are.
J.M. Kariuki would say in the 70s that we have no business building a country of 10
millionaires.
10 millionaires.
It was millionaires then.
And
Yes.
10
No,
and 9 million
beggars.
beggars.
Yes.
So his, dichotomy of beggar and the rich is what we need to be interrogating this time. Now, people have stopped talking about millionaires. I come from a place called Ruathia. Where our cash crop, I am told, is supposed to be cash itself.
The cash crop is cash.
You come from Rwadia.
Yes.
Okay.
And the cash crop is
So
cash.
your forebears were part of the Rwadia group.
Yeah, those are my fathers and
Oh,
uncles. Yes, yes. So don't worry about it.
Yes, I am not worried about it. I understand about it.
Yes.
I'm just mentioning it. Yes.
Yes, because we did what the Rural Thrift didn't do. The Rural Thrift condensed the wealth into one family. We diversified to multiple families. It's a difference.
It's not true.
No. We are not going to have that argument
No,
today.
we are not going to have it today.
I invite you for dinner.
I'm going to say they didn't condense it. You say it was condensed. Because when you say they condensed it, you are suggesting
That they participate.
they participate in the condensing. And I'm saying that is not what happened. Anyway, go on.
Whatever you
back to the
did,
point.
the wealth was collapsed into one family and created. Now, that's not where we are. Where we are is that we've come to, from JM's, days to date, we've come to a place where we no longer talk about millionaires. We talk about billionaires.
Yes.
And in a country where there are some of our people, and in large numbers, who have never held in their own hand the 1,000 shilling note. Never. They have never had it because they are casual laborers who get 300 to 500 shillings.
Yes.
And they want it that day because if they don't get it, they are going to starve. And therefore, they may have gotten 1,000 in a month or thereabout, but they have never held it in their hand and say, this is my 1,000 shillings. And we have others who are multi-billionaires. And if you begin to imagine, this is how Kibaki would put it, those days when you say, ni kitu mnasema billion, najua ni nini? These are private conversations. If you divide a billion today, if you get 100,000 shillings every day, you're going to live for 27 years.
With how much per day?
100,000. Try to divide it.
100,000
Yes,
shillings.
per day.
If you consume 100,000 shillings
Per
every
day,
day
yes.
for the next 27 years,
27 years.
that's an exhausted
Utamaliza
billion.
billion.
No, that's the time
27 years.
you exhaust a billion.
With 100,000
Yes.
bob every day.
Yes. Now, so what are we talking about? Do your maths. Maybe I'm wrong. I might be wrong.
No.
But this is what we're talking about.
A billion is a lot of money.
And this is, somebody told me, I have ambition to go to Moranga to become a senator. That is if this Senate is going to behave well. And somebody told me, Prof, I want to be with you. I said, why? Because, no, I don't want you to go to Senate. I want you to go for governor. Why? Because if you go for governor and you work with me, I'll make you $1 billion in a year. I said, You mean it? Yes. So for him, the selling point is that he'll help me make $1 billion out from Moranga in 1 year. And that's why he think I'm making
$1
the
billion
wrong
for
choices.
you or $1 billion for the
No, it's
country?
for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's for me. He's a good servant who will
Okay.
help me, the
Multiply.
ropes, know the ropes, and get over. This is, in other words, he's telling me that if they kick me out of that governor for 27 years, I'll live happily ever after.
Yeah.
With $1 billion, what else do I need?
Meaning even in that 1 year, even
Yes.
if you cease being a governor,
Yeah.
it will not matter.
It will not matter because with $1 billion, I'll live for the next 27 years, and I'm not idle. I'm milking a cow here, collecting the eggs there, eating terere there. So I will not exhaust my scoop. Eric is.
Pesa haiko Senate.
Eric was said it. Yeah, he was trying to kick the foolishness out of my damn head. And I could hear where he's coming from because he's the true Kenyan and the Kenyan spirit, that of the Happy Valley, land, wealth, power, and prestige. That's what we are looking for.
problem
Where
with
is
it-
patriotism?
But Prof, when you think about it, that particular axiom, if you look at it, there is no development in it.
No.
There is no benefit for the common man in it.
No.
There is no economic upward movement. There's nothing.
No.
Because essentially, all these things that are done are by people who want to amass,
Yes.
accumulate,
Yeah.
and then spend.
Yes, that's what.
But at the cost of the country achieving what it's supposed
what
to
it's
achieve.
supposed to achieve. That's what Solomon would call vanity,
Yes.
or vanity.
Yes.
Because, I mean, if, for example, you own the whole Kenya,
And then
so what? There are people who lived thousands of years ago, and they owned their own countries.
they did.
They were called landlords. That's where the concept of landlord come from. And they had a system where landlords would gamble, and then by the evening, I'm owned by Eric. And
Because Eric won the bet.
yeah, he won the bet. In the morning, I was yours. And the evening, I'm Eric's. So we're asking each other in our corners of this land, who bought us today? Yeah, it is. By the way, when you look at the political formations, and they have been concentrated.
Yeah.
I think we are hearkening back to that
Yeah.
feudal
We have-
feudal system, because like now, if you ask why when they say that Gachagua is looking the mountain, and why Gachagua don't touch the mountain, mulima usiguzwe. Why? Because you want to create a fiefdom, so that by 2027 we'll have the horse trading. So
Yes.
Alonso will bring his horses, Laira will bring his horses, he's good at it. Ruto, of course, will have his horses, and then you do the horse trading, and you share the country, and the rest of us will crap and talk about the vibrancy
Who bought us today?
of our democracy. Who bought us today? In other words, who won? Who
Let's
bought
take
us
a
today?
break. 27 minutes to 10. Should have put it that way, Bana. Now we'll come back and ask ourselves, so where is the citizen? Anyway, the citizen can go to Naivas tonight. Naivas developing strategies to make it a supermarket that focuses on the needs of its customers. Now, Naivas Kamakis and Naivas Utawala are 24 hours that you can shop at any time. These branches join Naivas Westlands, Naivas Airport View, Naivas Ronald Ngala, Naivas Moya Avenue, Naivas Development House, Naivas Kingara Road. Those are 24-hour outlets. Naivas saves you money.
This is the Situation Room